come and thrift with me at my BOUJEE Goodwill that is right behind me, also known as the Goodwill Boutique. It is below 0 wind chill here in Cincinnati today, which is super unusual for us. I also heard it like snowed in Florida yesterday. That is wild, but I'm hoping that this weather is keeping people home, and so hopefully I can thrift without a lot of people around. That makes my life a little bit easier. But let's head inside and see what we can find. And of course, the first thing I need to do is head over to the new rack. That's usually where the best stuff is at. And it's also easy to find what the new color tag is, which it looks like it's gray today. Unfortunately, nothing on the new rack caught my eye, but let's head over to the dresses and see if we have better luck over there. I did spot this new with tags Talbot's dress, and it was priced up at $17, and it was a size 2. I typically only like to pick up Talbot's in like plus sizes. That tends to do much better for me. I found another Talbot's dress new with tags, but again, a smaller size, so I left those behind. I also spotted this Calvin Klein dress new with tags. Again, it was in a smaller size. I typically like to buy larger sizes in Calvin Klein. I also found this Anthropologie moth sweater dress, which I did grab so I could look up comps, but unfortunately comps were pretty low, between $20 and $30, so I ended up leaving that one behind. Shopo is a brand that I have had some success with. It is very, very style specific. I just didn't think the price and the style on this one was worth a pickup. This next dress caught my eye because I thought the tag looked interesting. These are the kind of things I look out for, like tags that seem like maybe they could be higher end. I ended up looking it up, and unfortunately it wasn't worth anything, so this one also stayed behind. Same with this older Anthropologie Sparrow sweater dress. It was just an older style that doesn't perform well, so it stayed at the thrift store. Eddie Bauer is a brand that I very rarely pick up, but this jacket was $650 down filled, so I did check comps and decided to grab it. Let's move over to the tops and see if there's anything over here that's worth a pickup. I did find this Anthropologie like fringed sweater, and the price was decent at only $8, but when I checked comps, they just weren't selling for much. So again, this one stayed behind at the thrift store. And more Anthropologie. This was their Saturday, Sunday line. It was this really cute lounge set that was only $7, but when I looked closer, it was covered in makeup, so that was a big no. But I was excited to find this John Mark top for only $7. Beautiful, like peasant style with embroidery all over it. This is a like art to wear brand that has done really well for me before, so I definitely grabbed it. I also decided to grab this Athleta quarter zip. Again, this is just a bread and butter piece. It's not going to sell for a ton, but it definitely helps pay the bills. This next piece was one of my favorite finds from this trip. It's the brand Merci. These sweaters have 100% sell-through on eBay. I do these one-size poncho sweaters that have done really well for me in the past, so I definitely decided to grab this one. And I thought this Maeve Anthropologie top was super cute. It had like puff sleeves and a patchwork print, but at $12 it was priced too high, so I had to leave that one behind. And then I spotted another new rack, so you know I was gonna go through that and see if there was anything worth picking up. This vest caught my eye because I thought the tag was interesting. It didn't turn out to be anything, so it ended up staying behind, but that's just part of reselling, is doing research. I love discovering new brands, and that's how I find them, is finding interesting tags and deciding to look them up. I looked up this brand as well. It also didn't turn out to be anything, so it also stayed behind. I did spot this Allie Miles top, but I only like to pick up that brand in larger sizes. So unfortunately for me today, I was striking out on the new racks, which is actually kind of unusual for me at this location. But again, that's just part of thrifting. Sometimes you hit it big and sometimes you strike out. Back over in the shirts, I did spot this Karl Lagerfeld top, new with tags. Unfortunately, this brand has gone really downhill because I started carrying it at TJ Maxx, so I left that behind. I also passed on these Athleta like faux leather leggings, just not a style that's doing well for me. I also passed on these J. McLaughlin like velour velvety style pants. I prefer to buy tops and dresses in J. McLaughlin. But then I did spot these Anthropologie like floral joggers. I thought they were so cute. I checked comps and they were decent, so I did decide to grab those. And I was excited to find these Spanx jeans because these were like the flare or more boot cut style, which definitely do still perform well, just not like the skinny style. I really don't pick up Miss Me anymore, but I actually did kind of like these pants. They were definitely like a Y2K style, but at $15 a piece, there just was no way to make any money, so those definitely stayed behind. I also had to pass on this Peter Millar quarter zip. It was just priced too high at $12, but these do sell pretty well for me, between $25 and $30. DL 1961 is another brand I rarely pick up, but these were called the Bridget bootcut, so I checked some comps and I decided that I would give them a try since they were only $8. Let's go through some of these men's dress shirts. I did spot this Ted Baker shirt, but I don't find that these men's dress shirts in Ted Baker do very well. I then headed over to the shoes where they did have some interesting styles, but nothing that was really worth picking up. I spotted these Tom sandals and the prices were actually pretty decent, and these are kind of like that rock stud knockoff style. I also like these Reebok sneakers, and for personal use they would probably be a good pickup, but just not for resale. And these little kids Uggs were super cute, but again, they don't have a lot of resale value, and especially not at this price point, so those also stay behind. Now, because this store is so small, there aren't any carts. So what I like to do is bring all my items into the fitting room so I can look at condition, check comps, etc. without, being in anybody's way out on the sales floor. And I was showing you some of these earlier that I ended up deciding to leave behind. And here's that Merci sweater from earlier. It needs a good sweater shave, but with 100% sell-through rate on eBay, I'm definitely bringing it home. Okay, you guys, I just got done inside that Goodwill Boutique location and I have my receipt. I ended up spending $54.57 for 7 items. I'll pop up what that average cost of goods is. But the craziest thing happened to me while I was in there. It's a pretty small store, so when I was inside of there, I was just starting to go through the dresses and stuff, and it's pretty near the front counter, and I heard the employee talking to another customer, and she's like, yeah, I come into this one because somebody I follow on TikTok, it comes in here and finds great stuff all the time. And I turned around because, if you're not aware, I'm on TikTok. And so I was like, there's no way she's talking about me, right? What are the chances? I turn around and she looks up and she goes, oh, it's you. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Being recognized in public is still so wild to me, but she was so sweet and nice. So I just wanted to say hi to Danielle if you are watching. I know you follow me on TikTok, not sure if you come over to YouTube much, but if you're on here, hi, you made my day. You were so nice, and I hope you have a great one. And thank you to you guys for thrifting with me today. It was so much fun, and we'll see you next time.